Today we have a Throwback Thursday edition of Put Up or Shut Up Rock and Roll Trivia 20 minutes from now. We're going back to an era in time that Biggie has described as That was yesterday.
Yeah.
That was yesterday.
That's a clue.
That's a clue. You know the eras he likes. You know what we're talking about here. He does not love the music this go-round, at least according to Biggie. I will say this. It's an era Chris Demm doesn't know as well. So you have a chance to win this game as we play.
Did you also get the note, by the way, from Fact Checker Rusty about previous games this week? We were concerned, Kelly, that you had let the Satan into the building because the players this week had scored 6, 6, and 6.
I said let the door open for the demon.
Yes. Fact Checker Rusty said he was in his car when he heard that, but something did not ring true when he went back and checked his records. And I believe, according to Fact Checker Rusty, Monday's player received a 5. Scored a 5, not a 6, which keeps the devil at bay, unless today's player.
That's why
post a 6.
That's why I'm sitting here. You think I'm coming in on a 666 day? No, thank you. We've had a 566 this week. That's right.
You would not have come in?
No, the devil's in the house. You don't want the devil in and then come into work. And probably would have all been uprooted if that had happened, had there been a 660. I should have known myself it didn't happen, or bad things would have been afoot. Rusty went back, did the work, as always. 5, 6, and 6 is what we've got. I was just talking about being stuck on that tarmac, that airport tarmac at LaGuardia. I love saying that like I'm doing something, like, oh, it's LaGuardia.
Yeah.
Good to be there.
Yeah, dropping LaGuardia carries a little there. It's
Or
like,
JFK.
New York City.
Yeah. And I had to download the Delta app, which made me seem really official, too. Like, the ticket was on the app. I was like, yeah, I got my ticket right
Oh,
here.
yeah, right here, scan it.
I don't think Biggie is even aware of what you did the day before. I was watching you in the office. You were trying to check in online.
On the way out, when I was leaving to go
24 hours pre.
I went on to check in, and you needed a confirmation number.
Where's my code?
Which I couldn't find. I went to delta.com, couldn't find my confirmation. I couldn't find it.
They didn't send me one.
So I ran all around the building and said, does anybody know my confirmation?
Where's my code? Do you know my code?
Finally, I found it. It was in an email, and it was only written in font about 3 inches big.
Mark highlighted and said, do not delete this.
This is your confirmation.
Save this number.
Right. So I put it in there, and they said, you can download this app to your phone and use your phone, or you can print this and use it as your ticket. And you know exactly what I did.
Yep.
Print,
please.
paper tickets.
So I had a piece of typing paper in there just flashing around the airport,
It would have been funny if it's smeared and they couldn't scan it.
Yep. That's the start of Rube in the city. I just had a piece. Everybody else using their phone, I took out a piece of paper. Now, I couldn't print it when I was in New York. You had to check in, and there was no printer.
Hold the line. We got a paper guy here.
Let's see. What time is the Wright brothers plane departing?
Yeah. You can get this on your phone. Can I?
I don't want it.
You could have gone to the business office at your hotel and printed it.
Thought about going to the Kinko's across the street, printing up that ticket.
Interrupting the guys looking at porn on the computer.
Right.
Oh, are you here to... No, you're doing real work. Gross.
Yep. But I went and got the Delta app, and when that thing showed up, and every so often it's like, flight delayed. I was like, oh.
Yeah, once they know you're in the system.
Yeah.
I was like, guess who's a business traveler all of a sudden?
I guess it's me.
I got something.
Anybody else get this? Yeah, all of us.
I got something going right here,
I guess I'm a frequent flyer. I'm in the know.
Woo! Well, passengers on a delayed flight from St. Louis to Seattle got an unexpected treat when a jazz star, Dave Koz, and his band.
I know Dave Koz.
You know Dave Koz?
You know where he's got his start?
I do not.
Well, for you, he toured with Richard Marx.
Really?
In the late 80s, early 90s.
Really?
Okay, now we're talking.
I'm trying to think. I can't think of any Richard Marx songs that had sax solos in them off the top of my head, but he would have been the horn player.
Koz and his band, they were on a flight, St. Louis to Seattle, delayed, mechanical issues. Sounds like they were just like me. They were sitting in the plane on the tarmac, and a flight attendant came over to Dave Koz and said, I couldn't help but notice that you brought your instruments.
And they've been damaged. We don't cover any damages, but we wanted to let you know that your trombone's been broken in half.
But since you're a musician, here's a comb and some wax paper. Can you play that little kazoo-looking thing. We're going to be here a while.
They said to Dave Koz, I think it might lift the spirits of the other passengers if you'd play a little bit. And he said, absolutely not. We are not.
I'm Dave Koz. I don't give it away.
Right. But she came back to him a second time and said, look, we're going to be sitting here for hours on this plane. Could you please play the instrument? And that's where the news takes over. And Dave Koz said, all right, we'll do it.
This seemed to be a different circumstance. Everybody's nerves were frayed.
Koz thought some passengers might not like horns playing in people's ears, and bandmate Marcus Anderson was reluctant to start playing.
At the end of it all, we felt really good, that we just did something great for the world.
Passengers were seen smiling and swaying in their seats.
It just was right. And it brought everybody together in a way that was very special. I will remember that moment for the rest of my life.
So they did it. This is actual from the plane.
Nice.
Isn't that nice? All the passengers are like, yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah, I was skeptical at first, but this is fun.
I don't like fun.
Yeah, but it's kind of, it keep you in a light mood. It's not.
Yes, so. I remember one other time when music was played on a plane.
There is only one river.
One time.
There is only one sea. And it flows through you. And it flows through me. There is only one people. We are one and the same. We are all one spirit. One name. We are the Father. We are one. We are one. We are
That was an ill-fated flight as well.
Not the worst thing that happened on that
No,
plane.
no, that flight went really bad.
That little girl was okay.
Yeah, she's
fine.
all right. She's fine. Her heart was jumping all around. She was all right. Dave Koz got him through.
Good for Koz.
It worked out pretty well, that's for sure.
That's a cool story.
Yeah.
I was on the Koz plane.
It worked out very, very well. A woman is being hailed a hero today for going into a Dunkin Donuts. A fire started behind the counter at the Dunkin Donuts. She saw the smoke coming up, apparently. Other employees ignored it. And
I've seen the video. It's been out for a little while, this video.
Yeah.
It appears to be coming from the toaster.
Yeah.
I guess what they do is they have one of those toasters that you just put the bagels cut in half, you throw it in, it goes through a little conveyor belt, comes down, drops down a chute.
Okay.
Well, it's a smoking.
Yeah.
And they're just keep on going.
they didn't seem to care at all.
No.
And this woman, Christina Conklin, who was in the restaurant, said, your toaster's on fire. And they're like, yeah, whatever. Okay, they didn't care.
Whatever.
So finally, she decided she had to spring into action.
Do you have a fire extinguisher? Do you know where it is? There's got to be a fire extinguisher. Do you guys have a manager you can call? Yeah, there you go. Fire extinguisher right there. Here, you want me to help you? So you're going to pull?
Thank you.
You're so welcome. You're going to have to call the fire department. I just saved the Dunkin' and lost a nail, but I'm good. Everything's
She lost the fingernail in it.
Lost a nail, saved the Dunkin'.
As Biggie said, it's been viewed now 800,000 times, and some people are saying, you overreacted. A toaster fire burns out on its own. You didn't need to use the fire extinguisher. You didn't need to call the fire department.
Did she indeed save the Dunkin'? Is that what commenters are saying? She did not?
Some are saying she saved the Dunkin'. Some are saying, nope, that would have. The toaster fires are real common. You get a little smoke, and all will. But it was smoking pretty good.
It was smoke. Yeah, I mean, that. I love the fire expert in the comments always. Should have done that.
Yeah.
But no one was reacting, and it was a lot of smoke. At least she did something.
Yeah, I agree. No one.
I don't.
did
Yeah,
a
I mean,
thing.
I didn't see flames, so I don't know. 100% if the fire extinguisher needed to be used. But I mean, the fact is, it was getting more and more and worse, and no one was doing anything.
Not to be all Board of Health here, but if someone turns on a fire extinguisher in a restaurant, you can't serve food after.
No, after that, no.
Yeah, that
whatever's
toaster,
on the
that's
display
chemicals.
case has to go,
That's
right?
chemicals, yeah. Yes, I agree. They have to close the restaurant for a bit, I would
All
think.
the sandwiches, all the donuts.
I mean, she
the
said you got to
coffees.
call the fire department in here now.
That's why working in the pizza industry, though they have what's called fire suppression systems, like if the oven was to go up and start smoking. But if you pull that, you better be real sure.
So what is
down.
Does the water come from everywhere, or just
not just water? It's like a foam. It's not water. Yeah.
And in the oven or to the whole building?
Oven. The oven area.
But that's it. You can't make him a pizza.
Yeah. You better be sure, because that's it for probably for a few days while they get things clean and reset.
Have you ever seen it deployed?
No, I've heard horror stories of like somebody new,
just once,
not one, or angry employee. Yeah. I did hear. This was never confirmed. I did hear one time that like a guy was fired, and on the way out he yanked.
Yeah! What a finale!
I think you're in trouble. I mean, I think that's.
Oh yeah, that was always just a rumor.
What are you gonna do? Fire me?
Well, I'm gonna call the police
and
tell them. I'm gonna tell them. I'm gonna tell them he just pulled our fire.
He pulled the lever.
He pulled the lever. That's against the law though, to pull a fire if nothing's going on. Like if I went out there in the building.
I guess.
But it wasn't like, I mean, this just made everything shut down.
Boy, you better believe I'd be mad. I'll tell you that. I bet they were mad at him.
But once you discharge any of that foam, fire extinguisher, any of that, you're done for the day pretty much.
For sure.
Woman says, "Am I a hero?" Yeah.
Yeah.
I am.
I got 9 nails, but I'm a hero. So what?
What are you gonna do? Here's another hero. There's a woman who we've heard of this before. She saved the day also, and she's a letter carrier. She's a postal worker near Philadelphia. Sarah Vandelier. She says she has saved a life. She was in the middle of her route when she saw a car veer off the road. The driver was having a medical emergency. She did chest compressions until paramedics that she called got there, and then she continued on her route. Continued delivering.
That's your favorite part.
The mail.
In my peripheral, I glanced over and I just saw like this little red sedan. Just like it looked like he cut the turn like too fast. And then I like looked over again, and he was like in the middle of a person's yard. I got out of my vehicle and I said, "Excuse me, sir. Like, are you okay?" And at this time, he was like, he was a little disoriented. The scariest thing, he just slumped in his driver's seat. He was like, he was fighting for his life. I consider myself a hero, but I also just consider myself a human being.
Yeah, I'm a hero. I'm a human. I'm a hero. She's emotional.
Oh, that's a good follow-up to, yeah, I'm a hero, but
I'm also a human.
Yeah, because the reporter usually prompt you and say, "Do you think you're a hero?"
The answer
you're
is
supposed to say no.
You're supposed to say no.
But she said yes,
but
I'm also a human being, and she's welling up about this. They took the guy to the hospital, and he's going to be okay. He's having a cardiac issue. And she got the mail through, which is their credo.
Yeah. Not everyone is all in on the credo.
We've heard, boy, that's true. That credo, every time I bring it up,
there's one woman's voice that rings out of my mind.
Every single time. I say, neither rain nor sleet or dead of night.
That credo crap is about a bunch of bull.
She worked at the post office for years, and it was snowing that day when I said,
yeah.
But the credo is the mail comes through.
That credo crap is about a bunch of bull.
Explain it, because I've heard that. I mean, I think that's been around over 100 years, at least.
Over 100 years. Forget that. There's not a piece of litter in this world that's worth me killing myself over.
You think she's going out in the snow? Biggie didn't make it down his driveway in January. No. We just chronicled that. That credo crap ain't
about a bunch of bull.
Forget it. We're not going by that anymore. Bad story today. This is unfortunate. We've had a U.S. tourist now. I guess you could consider it good because she wound up getting her items back after her backpack was stolen. A woman was in Italy, a mom of 8, and it's all eight. A mom of 8 named Chris McElroy. She shared her video on TikTok and it went viral. She was in Italy, and apparently several young girls crowded her on a bridge. And by the time she got across the bridge, a few minutes later, she realized, oh, wait a minute, my backpack's been opened and my purse, which was inside, has been stolen.
My wallet's gone.
Exactly. Not only her wallet, there's cash and credit cards in there.
Not the passport.
The passport was in there.
That's the big thing.
Oh, now you're in big trouble.
Getting home.
She was flying back this was Venice. She was flying back to the United States the next day. So she and her husband decided she still had her phone, and they were able to track her AirPods, which were inside the purse as well.
Love it.
See, that would never work for me because I don't have AirPods.
You don't.
And never will. I never feel I'll need those. And she tracked those. Those are literally trackable. somebody stole my son's AirPods when he was in high school about 4 years ago. And we knew who had them because they were in the kid's locker all the time. And my son would go up to the kid and say, do you have my AirPods? And he'd go, no, I don't know what you're talking about.
Just show him the phone.
He did. And that kid lied over and over. And they're still friends to this day. Finally, like, a month later, he gave them back. He's like, yeah, I had these all the time.
Sorry, Dylan.
Yeah.
It was a joke.
Exactly.
Oh, I hate Dylan.
So this woman finds the young women that had stolen her purse. They look to be in their late teens or early 20s. There's a few of them. She approached 3. 2 ran off. 1 had her purse. Grabbed her by the ponytail. She's got her by the ponytail.
That's a legal hold in wrestling.
Well,
yeah.
Biggie knows that.
Not in Venice. Got her. Wouldn't let her go. Had her by the ponytail. The girl screamed, and the woman said, I'm the mom of 8.
Honey.
You got to do better than this.
You stole my purse with my passport in it. Police,
Oh, yeah.
Little girl, I have 8 kids. You're not getting to me.
8 kids.
Call them. That's right. Let's get the police on down. And maybe I'll get my passport back. I don't even care if you keep cash.
People around say, call the police.
We're the policia.
Call them. That's exactly what she wanted.
I love it. Classic criminal overreaction to the scream trying to scare you away, but she held on. I like this. I like this lady.
A handful of hair.
Yeah. She's like, I don't care what you're doing.
You're messing with the wrong Karen. This woman
is the international Karen.
International Karen.
Mom of 8.
Mom of 8.
Honey.
There's no way.
You can scream all you want.
I love it.
I'm not turning you loose.
I do too. Yeah, there's no way that woman's turning her loose. And the girl screamed, and everybody's like, call the police. She said, oh, yeah, call the police. And she got her stuff back.
Do you think the girl, the thief, were they working for another ring to sell the passports, or were they just pickpocketing?
I mean, they're young.
I know in Italy it's a big deal. I've heard, unfortunately.
I always think they're working for a ring.
I always think it's...
You think they're just pickpocketing? Like,
I'm naive to it.
I mean, a 16-year-old would grab the AirPods. I get that.
Yeah.
But they're not going to do anything with a passport.
I mean, she grabbed her whole purse. The purse was in the backpack. She got money. She got credit cards, passport, AirPods. You know, I've traveled Italy. I've told you this.
Oh, yes.
Busch Gardens doesn't count.
Don't let him do that to you. What's funny?
I was in Italy for real at one point.
Epcot doesn't count.
Okay, I was, but no. Now, Epcot, first of all, Epcot Italy is way better than regular Italy. Epcot Italy is perfect. It's all packed into one spot. There.
Everybody speaks English.
Yes, and you can go to Epcot France if you want to for lunch, and Epcot Italy for dinner. You can do all of that if you want to.
I had hummus 20 minutes ago. Now I'm having a cannoli.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
Exactly. You can go to Epcot Mexico for dinner. You can do whatever you want. But I was in real Italy, and I was warned there are people on mopeds that will come by and just grab, this is for the women, just grab your purse right off your shoulder.
That's why we go crossbody bag?
You have to. You have to.
Okay.
I'm sure everybody on your trip to New York, I hope the smart women use crossbody bags.
They did.
Because you can't just yank them off an arm.
Look at you. You were money and sock.
That's right. I put my money, and I learned from last year. You know what happened to me last year when those people got me?
The cassette or the CD guys?
Yeah.
They handed me a CD, and they said, we're from Power 97, which is a legitimate radio station. I said, oh, my God, I'm on the radio. I know Power 97.
Oh, yes.
And they were like, what? Give me some money.
You need this.
Yeah, and they put it in my hands. And that's going to cost you. And I said, well, I don't have any money. Let's see what you got. And I was like, all right. And there's my $13. And they're like, oh, man, it is so good to meet somebody that is not afraid of black people.
Yeah, they played right to your guilty white conscience.
And I said, I'm not afraid of black people.
You're right. I am one of the good ones.
And they said, well, then give me all your money. I was like, all right. Here's all of it.
Not because I'm scared.
That's right. But remember, I also stopped that robbery in Italy where a woman was standing.
Clapping and wooing.
Woo! Woo! I don't speak the language. But a swarthy gentleman had his fingers right above a woman's opened purse as she window shopped. And I said, woo! 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 And they both looked at me like I was crazy. You know, I'm just standing there.
And today, that's his daughter, thieving. He's taught her his ways.
What if an Italian reporter had walked up to you and said, Signore, are you a hero?
Si. Si. Hero. But also a human being. That's what I would say.